Live from isolation, it is Sitting with Seawolves with your host, Mr. Lavanco, and today's special guest, Mr. Ragoobeer. And now, here's Mr. Lavanco.
Welcome, everybody, to this week's episode of Sitting with Seawolves. I am so glad you're joining me once again by the bay. It is another lovely day out here on the water. I am so excited for my next guest. You may know him. He is one of the many great math teachers we have here at Scholars Academy and a proud graduate of Scholars Academy. So everybody, let's please give it up for Mr. Ragoobeer.
How you guys doing?
What's going on?
Bay at San Francisco, if you guys see my background.
Yeah, that's. Are you actually in San Francisco right now?
What does it look like?
I mean, it looks like you're there. So I'm just gonna.
You're at the bay. I'm at the other bay. You're in the East Coast.
We are coming to you from both bays, Scholars Academy. We are covering everything in between. This is lovely. I will say that my sunset is a little nicer than yours, but I got East Coast bias.
I mean, check this out.
It's nice. It's nice. I'm not going to argue you. We're not going to get into a debate over this. They're both nice, but East Coast bias. How you doing? What's new? How's life? How's everything going? Now we've been inside for so long.
I mean, yeah, we've been locked up. Back at home, traveling is at a minimum. I missed the school environment, seeing all the kids, the students. It's been tough, all the virtual stuff, but we're hanging in there. Hopefully, this all comes to an end soon.
Hope so, yeah. And I miss seeing you around the halls, and I miss seeing you in school every day. I think this is the first time you and I are talking face to face since we left in March. Our meetings don't overlap, so it's a little weird seeing you in the bathroom, our own private bathroom we seemingly have at school. So it's nice to have you sitting with me by the bay here. So thank you for joining me today.
No problem. I wanted to be on this show after I saw the last 2 weeks episode. I'm next. I have to be next. And then I got the email, so I got super excited.
Our agents were in a conversation. It was a couple weeks in the works, but I'm really glad we were able to come to an agreement and get you on the show. So it all worked out in the end. Yeah. We've been stuck at home, like you said, locked up inside. What's your screen time like? What's that average? You get that notification on Sundays, or what kind of screen time are we looking at, Mr. Ragoobeer?
Adding up the TV, being on the computer, and the phone, I would say about 8 hours. Probably 8 to 10 hours. Because everything, all these meetings are crazy. All day meetings.
That's true. A lot of Google Meet sessions, a lot of FaceTime with students and faculty and staff in all different kinds of different ways. It's more screen time than ever. It's an adjustment for sure.
And the hardest part is grading, exams or quizzes on the computer.
That's right. You can't even get a break.
Paper. Yeah, that's the hardest part. It's like you're looking for all these mistakes. You can't mark it up, Unless we print them out, but we're going to be printing out. I have no ink.
That's right. Right.
Staples closed. I don't know where to get ink.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. As a counselor, right, I don't think about having to grade papers or marking up test scores or anything like that. So I didn't even think about that. So it's good you mentioned. I'm gonna ask you a little bit of curveball question here, but I know you're a man of many talents, very, very schooled, very educated, very cultured. But have you mastered folding a fitted sheet yet?
A fitted sheet?
Yeah.
The one that you put on a bed?
Yeah, the one at the bottom. You get the flat sheet, right?
Listen, I have a lot of time with this quarantine on my hands, but I haven't done that yet. Have you?
Yeah, of course. Come on, easy. Fold, put the corners in, right? The little stretchy part. Put that in, and then claps it on itself. Come on.
I'm definitely trying that out.
Try that out. Listen, try it out at home.
I just did my laundry, so I'm gonna check it out.
And then listen, here's the trick. If it looks weird, you just keep folding it until it's a square. Nobody's gonna know what the inside looks like.
All right. I'm gonna check that out.
Check that out, Scholars Academy. You let me know if that works out for you. Like I opened the show with, your introduction. It is no secret that you are one of our proud graduates of Scholars Academy. Um, how's the experience been being a teacher at the school that you attended?
Being a teacher at the
Yeah,
school
being
I
a teacher,
attended.
you went through the process, right? You were a student, you went through the middle school, you went through the high school, you know what it's like, you know what it feels like to
Yes.
be a student in the class, but now you're a teacher. What is that like now being the teacher?
So I was at Scholars for 7 years as a student, and what this is going on my third to fourth year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, wow, that's almost a decade in the school building. So I could say, at first, you know, hanging out with the teachers, it was a little weird. My
Mm-hmm.
coworkers were my former teachers, and it was like out of that respect, you're like always like Mr., Mrs. So, at first it was weird, but then I got to the hang of it. A lot of teachers at our school, they called each other by the last name. So I dropped the Mr. and the Mrs. And for example, Mr. Hugenhoff just became Hugenhoff, right? So it took a while to adapt. It was very weird at first, but then I got the hang of it. Um, it took a while. I'll say about a couple of months. But I did sub for the first 6 months at Scholars. So a lot of the kids in the middle school, they all had me a lot of the different grades have seen me. So it was weird the first 6 months, but once I started get my own classroom and my own schedule and became a full-time teacher, settled in, and I felt like at home, right?
Yeah, I mean, you've been there for so long. It's just one natural step, and that's cool. Um, you said that a lot of the teachers that you had are now coworkers. I don't want to like make anyone feel bad or jealous of another teacher, but did you have a favorite teacher when you were a student?
Listen, that's a really tough question right there. There's a lot of great teachers at Scouts Academy. I gotta say thank you to all of them, right, that I've had in the past. Um, but favorite teacher, I'd have to go with Miss Krekel because math's my thing. I had her for 3 years in eighth grade, 11th, and 12th grade. Um, she helped me through 2 AP exams, passing my Algebra 1 Regents. um, and she helped me grow my love for math. Um, another teacher over there. I mean, I'll stick to Miss Greco, but there's a lot more.
Okay,
But if I had to pick one, I gotta go with Miss Greco.
That's a great answer. One of the scholars OGs, Miss Greco. Great answer. Great teacher. Great member of our staff. Shout out Miss Greco. I know you're watching, like everybody else is. So
I mean, Miss Greco's probably gonna be on the show next week. Let's see.
Yeah, we'll see. You never know. You never know. My agent is working all the time on trying to get guests. So you'd be surprised at people who say no. We'll save that for another episode. But what was you said obviously middle school, high school, 7 years as a student. What was your worst memory as a student at Scholars Academy?
7 years. There's a lot of memories, but I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is going back to the first day of school, of middle school. So I was one of those, the student that was always doing their homework, in honors classes, and always at school. Then I could have 100-degree fever and I'll still show up, right? The first day of school, I had the yellow bus, and it was my first time taking the yellow bus, and the yellow bus was late. So not only was it my first time going into Rockaway, but the school bus was late to school on the first day of school. So my anxiety was super high. I was very worried, So that was probably the worst memory. Starting off brand new school, not knowing anyone. It was very, 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 it was difficult.
That sounds
Transitioning
terrifying. As a
as a little middle school kid.
Yeah. Little tiny little Mr. Ragoobeer has got his backpack on, probably wearing a nice, well put together. Well, no, he actually had the uniform.
No.
Right?
We
So,
had the
yeah,
same light blue shirt and the navy blue pants.
But everything was like pressed. Everything was pressed nicely. There was no wrinkles.
Had the Jordans on.
Of course you had the Jordans on.
The new Jordans on.
Yeah, who are we kidding? And just standing there waiting for the bus. Oh man, that's hilarious and heartbreaking all at the same time. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But I got over it. I made some friends the next day.
All right. Okay. Day 2, much better.
Yeah, much better.
No place to go but up. So,
Yeah,
you know,
if you think about it, it's been
yeah,
going uphill since then.
terrific. Love that. Would you rather have bionic arms or legs?
Bionic arms and legs. I would say bionic arm. You know, I love Iron Man. Marvel's my thing. You know, so I have some superpowers. Maybe attach it to my birthmark over here. A lot of people don't know about that. They think it's a tattoo.
That's interesting because I mean, you do coach the cross country and the track team, right?
Oh, I
Wouldn't
see
it,
where you're going.
yeah, wouldn't it make sense to have leg, like, so you can just run all day?
I mean, if I have both, if I have both. Because if I have one, then I'll have one leg running and then another one that's tired out.
You're just being greedy. It's got to be one or the other.
I need two. I need two.
I don't. We're going with the first answer. We're going with the arms.
All right,
Iron
we'll
Man.
stick with arm. My cross
No
country
greedy.
kids.
One or the
Iron.
other here. One or the other. What's something that you're proud of, but you never have an excuse to talk about?
Proud of. I don't. You know what? Thinking about it, keeping with the Scholars Academy thing is funny story, is that the swim team was new. Our school was new. We were developing, and the swim team was short of swimmers. We needed we needed players. We're in the developmental league, and before it became varsity, I decided, let me try out for swimming. The fact is, I never swam before, so I joined the swimming team without knowing how to swim. And the reason why the coach even let me on was because he was my earth science teacher. Some people might know him, Mr. Rosenthal, and he basically, he took me on the team, and I was basically learning how to swim while everyone was doing laps. And what the funniest part is that I was able to, my junior year or my sophomore year, I became the most improved swimmer because I went from not knowing how to swim to actually swimming and competing in some of the meets. And I continued becoming, one of the leaders of the team by my senior year, and I got coach's award, and what was I was co-captain with one of the other best swimmers. So it was really, that's something that I forgot about, I would say, but that was a good thing.
That's awesome. You can't see it because I got this really nice jacket on, but I got chills when you're telling that story, Mr. Ragoobeer. That's an awesome, really cool
My
story.
nickname was Noodles because I was using the noodles to swim around. They told you know how we get the Scholars Academy names on the back?
Yeah.
They wanted me to get Noodles. I said nope.
That's incredible. Well, oh, you got a new nickname now. I'm sorry.
Oh man, I should never brought it up.
You should not have said that to anybody.
They said that name at Sports Day.
You are Noodles from now on. I'm sorry, Mr. Ragoobeer. It's over.
Mr. Noodles.
Oh man. I don't even know how to follow that up. But what's like the least important thing to you, or something you've done in your life that's most important to you? It's like least important big picture, but it's really, really important to you.
I mean, something as I'll say my car. I don't really need it, but it seems important to me. It's in the yard all day now, and it has no use really.
I'm sure it looks great. I'm sure you wash it once a week.
No. I don't wash it. It's not going anywhere.
Well, I'll tell you what. I know Miss Armenta is going to be really happy that you said your car, because she loves it. She won't stop talking about it. I'll get random text messages from Miss Armenta being like, "Oh, hey, did you see Ragoobeer's car today?" And I'm just like, "Looks nice." Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's a nice car, but hey, you don't need really nice things to get places.
No,
all the cars bring you the same spot.
Right. Right. We don't need anything to get anywhere now because we
don't need to drive anywhere.
Yeah. If you could be one article of clothing, what would you be?
I like dressing up. Coming to work. You're a good-looking guy with your little suit on over there and your tie.
Thank you.
But probably a blazer. It always puts the outfit together. Like you're super professional.
As a man sitting here by the bay in my nice little blue blazer, I completely agree with you.
Wait, I think I have that same blazer.
Do you?
Yeah, let me take a look. 1 second.
Okay. All right.
Hold on.
Okay. This is exciting, folks. He's never had this before. Never had a guest on the show. Just leave mid-interview. Kind of surprising. No one's walked off
Hey,
mid-interview.
don't worry about it. I'm different.
But hopefully he comes back. Hopefully he comes back with a nice blazer, because that would really change the game here. Uh-oh. Oh my God. That is awesome. We are matching. We're twins here.
Well, I just need a time, man. You should have told me.
You do. That's a nice blazer. I respect that. That's real nice.
Look, we're twins.
You have earned my respect today, Mr. Ragoobeer. You already had it, but you earned it today.
Thank you.
I
should have started the interview with this.
You should have started. I mean, I think we could go back and redo the whole thing if you really want, but we're rolling. Let's see where it
we're
goes.
live.
We're live. That's right. We are live, coming to you right from the bay. From the bays. We got both
East to
bays
west.
covered.
East to west. I think this might be the best interview you had so far.
I completely agree with you. No offense to anybody who I've interviewed already, but this
You're gonna have five emails sent to you in about 5 minutes.
I'm gonna get very angry emails. Very angry. Mr. Ragoobeer, now that you got your jacket on, you're looking good. Welcome to your TED Talk. You are now the leading expert on the last thing that you Googled. Yeah, safe searches only.
Let me check it out.
What will be your TED Talk?
All right, let's see. Last night I Googled the Bowflex machine. And I ordered one because I need to go to the gym. And the gyms are closed. And when they open, I don't think I'm going to be heading back to the gym. You caught me.
I know TED Talks are free, but I would pay money to see you on a stage talking about Bowflexes. That is awesome.
I was also going to get a treadmill, but you know what? I'm going to be running outside.
That's it. It's good. It's nice. It's coming out nice. Make sure you're socially distant apart from other people, physically distant. Yeah, let us know how that Bowflex turns out. I'm really excited to hear you.
Yeah, I'll probably send you guys, an update in next week's episode.
Okay. All right. Yeah, let's see it. Hopefully you don't take more than a day to put it together. I know instructions can be difficult. But let's, I'm really looking forward to seeing where this goes. So obviously, you did see last week's episode. Here on Sitting with Seawolves, we like to play games, and we would like to play a game with you here. Are you ready to play a game?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, Mr. Ragoobeer. So this game is called This or That, and the way it's going to work is I'm going to show you two different pictures, and you're going to have to pick this or that. To spice it up a little bit, for those of you that do not know, Mr. Ragoobeer is recently engaged.
I think everyone knows by now.
You're right. I think everybody knows. You posted it enough.
I posted it enough.
You posted it enough. You're right. Okay, so it's no secret.
Wait, but do you guys know it's going to be our 6 months? 6 months ago. Today, Friday, the 29th.
Did you post it yet?
I mean, I'm going to post it right after this.
Okay. All right, cool. We'll look forward to it. I will look forward to that post. I will make sure I double tap to like on that one.
Thank you. Appreciate the love.
You got it. So this or that, it is going to be a wedding edition. I'm going to show you two pictures. You're going to have to decide one or the other. You have to make a choice, though. That it has to be this or that. Okay?
All right, let's see how it goes.
All right, here we go. So the first one is bachelor party, right? This or that. Are we Vegas or Miami?
Vegas.
Vegas? Okay. Vegas. Nightlife is nice. We got dance clubs. We got casinos. Everybody gamble responsibly.
More to do in Vegas.
More to do in Vegas. Good answer. Okay. I like that. How about this or that with the car that you arrive in? Are we going with the 1955 Rolls or stretch Escalade?
Rolls.
Rolls?
Rolls Royce.
Okay.
I'm planning to get one anyways.
That's
yeah.
In the works?
Something looking like that, yeah.
Okay. All right. So look at it. See, look, come on.
Look at this. You know what? I was thinking about going to Vegas too. I don't know, man. Yeah, mind reader over there.
We are planning the future Ragoobeer wedding here. This or that with the tux. Okay, I see you got a nice little sharp blue on right now. I'm wearing sharp blue as well. But which tux? The 70s frills, or are we looking at Mr. Timberlake's Canadian tuxedo with the denim?
On the left, I gotta go with this.
Looks nice. I mean, you pull the color off well, so I'm all in on that. How about for a wedding cake? A nice fancy cake or Fudgy the Whale?
Fancy cake. I'm gonna get yelled at. Fiance's gonna be mad at me.
Okay.
No, I probably don't have that much say on picking on the cake, anyways.
Okay.
But
probably not. No.
I'm just gonna pick the flowers.
Okay, fancy cake, nice. No disrespect to Mr. Fudgy the Whale.
No.
But we're going with fancy cake. All right. How about this then? This or that with the bride falling or the cake falling?
Let the cake fall. Let the cake.
Even you spend all this money on a nice fancy cake, forget it.
Let the cake fall.
Let the cake fall. That is the correct answer. You got that one right.
I'm not trying to get yelled at after this.
No, you can't.
Especially after 6 months.
Yeah, no. We gotta get that post. That'd be 2 posts. That'd be one, happy anniversary. Second, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean I want you to fall over. Okay. Honeymoon location. Are we going someplace nice in Europe, or are we going someplace tropical?
All right, so we went to Italy. That's Greece on the left, and I would say I was gonna go to Greece, but it's like you're reading my mind.
I think it's the blue blazers. I think it's the jackets that have connected us in mind and spirit.
The agents are, they're doing too much research on me, but I'm thinking Greece.
Listen,
the island on the right looks good, but I have to go with Greece.
The team of producers that we have at Sitting with Seawolves, they really do their work. I got to shout it out to them. How about this or that for the music at your wedding? Are we going with the wedding band, or are we going with the wedding DJ?
We're going with Lavanco, DJ.
That's right. That's the right answer. That is the correct answer right there. Woo! All right.
Look at that picture.
Come on, look at that guy. So happy to be at that wedding. It was a good time. Oh, geez.
No band.
No band.
No band. We gotta go with the live DJ.
There you go. Made a man happy right here. You made a man happy. All right, last one. This or that. Best man at your wedding. Your brother or Mr. Hilgendorf?
I gotta go with my brother. Mr. Hilgendorf was my guy. He's hilarious, but I gotta go with my brother. You're trying to get me in trouble.
We put people on the spot here. This is no soft interview at Sitting with Seawolves. So
Hilgendorf was my guy in school, but he'll be at the wedding.
Okay.
People,
all right.
Don't worry, people.
All right. We really make sure that we stretch the limits of what people are willing to share. So thank you for your honesty. No offense to Mr. Hilgendorf, but it's gonna be the brother. That's the way it works. It's gonna be.
It has to be.
Has to be. Last question. All right. First off, thank you for joining me. Thank you for taking time to be here by our bays on Sitting with Seawolves. Really appreciate that.
Thank you for having me.
Last question here. You get back in that really nice car of yours. Push the button, right? You probably have a push start ignition on that car, right? Yeah. Push the button to start that car. What station is going to be on the radio? What is the first thing you're going to hear?
Hot 97.
Nice. It is the sound of New York.
Hip hop. I love hip hop.
Perfect. Well, listen, you send me those hip hop requests for the wedding. I will make sure that we have a nice list of hip hop that we play. Might have just booked another wedding. It's no big deal. But Mr. Ragoobeer, thank you so much for being with me here by the bays on the show. So happy to see you. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll see you next time.
Peace, people.